my soul when less is done with me.
So Pegasus Theatre were invited by Creative Multilingualism to create a performance that sort of captured the essence of the research strand about naming of birds. And when we first met, Katrin spoke about the barn swallow and the idea that that one bird travels across all 5 continents, and although it's the same bird, each culture, each tradition has its own connection to that bird. Really captured us and stayed with us. So we decided to focus the production Flights of Fancy on the barn swallow.
Very far away from here, where the swallows fly to when it's winter, the gods selfishly kept the fire all to themselves up in heaven, never sharing with the humans or the animals below. The swallow, with his thick, luscious tail, saw the gods with their hot, warm fire and knew that his friends on earth would give anything to feel its heat.
And the thing that really captured me is that barn swallows are seen as contradictory in many cultures. So in one, it can be a symbol of faith, and another, it can be a symbol of faithlessness. In one, promiscuity, in one, part mating for life. So the thing that really struck me was how multidimensional, I guess, all of the stories are. Inuit families think that the swallow represents the dead children, the souls of the dead children who have come back to visit them, because they call their nest, they look like muddy igloos, mini igloos, so the swallow represents the children coming back.
She comes, who loves to hear soft sunny hours and seasons fair. She comes, hither comes for rest, soft sunny airs and so we rest. She comes, who loves to rest, soft sunny hours and seasons fair. The swan, hither comes for rest, soft sunny airs and so we spread. Now open the door for the swallow. Open the door for the swallow. Open the door for the swallow. Well, the starting point was the very many cultures that a bird flies through, and its linguistic significance, I suppose. And in particular, we as makers are really drawn to the stories that are imposed upon birds that visit many different parts of the world. And that was the starting point, really, and we started to just lay out all the stories on the floor and pick out things that were intriguing us, and then find different forms and ways of presenting them.
I love using languages. I love celebrating languages, and particularly our work at Pegasus Theatre is with young people, and young people from all over the world. And actually, if you go into any school now and ask how many languages are spoken, there are so many languages spoken by children and young people growing up. That's the world that we live in. So I love to embrace and include those languages in any performance. And for me, it doesn't matter in a performance if some things are not understood by everybody. Not everything has to be translated. There is an actual beauty just in the sounds of different languages and the sounds of different words.
C'era una volta.
Mukashi mukashi.
Es war einmal.
Érase una vez.
Nekada dawno.
I
really enjoyed using other languages in the performance, actually. It was really, really good fun, and I think it was crucial to the storytelling tone that we spoke in a variety of languages, and it was crucial to the idea that the swallow exists all across the planet and it transcends language.
We did a fair amount of research ourselves from the initial stimulus, which involved Google, but also some books and some of my own research into bird migration, and our process was very much about pooling all of those ideas.
My name is Hirondelle.
My name is Freedom.
My name is Return.
My name is Fearless.
there are a couple of ideas that really struck me as a writer. Historically, the cultures that have used the swallow medicinally, and then the idea of conveying things from the perspective of the birds themselves. There's a passage that I wrote which explores some omens associated with the birds, where they tell the audience that their superstitions and suspicions are all true, and that was particularly fun to write and perform.
How do you see me? Am I reliable? To be trusted?
You named me departure.
You named me return.
Generosity.
Nuisance.
Faith.
I bring luck.
I carry the souls of the dead.
The songs came together quite naturally. One of the songs I was given lyrics for, it was a poem, I believe, and I went away and I was enjoying playing with the idea of rounds at the time, and I thought it would be really nice if there was just a simple melody that came together to make something a little bit more complex that we could all sing together, that was quite bright and sunny. So that's where Open the Door came from. And I'm also quite into sea shanties at the moment. And when I looked into some of the research about swallows and saw about how some of the swallow tattoos represented various nautical things, I then thought, sea shanty, perfect. And so I did a bit more research again, Googling, to see what swallows meant to different people, and I tried to kind of include that.
I think there's a huge connection between creativity and multilingualism, the way that people's minds work, and it's not static, and creativity isn't static, language isn't static. So the fact that people are always making connections between themselves, between each other, and even within their own world, I mean, it's got a huge link, really.